Try to take the best of me, go away.
Wait, where are we going?
Take the best of me, go away. You.
What is this?
Try to take the best of me, go away. You. Try to take the best of me, go away. You. Try to take the best of me, go away. You. Try to take the best of me, go away.
What's up, dinguses? My name is Jerry Bees, and I know you probably saw the title of the video. Hate is a very strong word, but that is the closest thing that I can call myself in relative to Linkin Park. Do I hate them? No, but I've never liked the cut of their jib. If I'm being completely honest with you, I think Chester Bennington's vocals speak for themselves because, I'm alive in the 21st century, right? I've heard Linkin Park before, but for some reason, Mike Shinoda is not my guy. Something about the way he raps is just not my thing. I think it's just, it always came off as very corny to me. It always came off as very corny to me. It's like, hey, what's up? I'm Mike from Linkin Park. I'm walking around and it's getting really dark, right? I feel like that's all it is. And so, I am a boomer zoomer who still listens to the radio. And every time that comes on the rock station, anytime Linkin Park comes on the rock station, I change the station. I can't do it. So, I don't know if listening to Hybrid Theory is going to change that. But what I'm looking for is to gain appreciation out of this at the very least, right? Or at least grab some of the themes that they lay down and see if I can grab a better appreciation for them. Mike rapping tiptoes to cringy. Yeah, it's never, and like, look, man, like some of their riffs are fucking awesome. Chester's voice, I like, it goes without saying. They are one of the biggest rock bands of the 2000s, and they're back on the road now. And so I think now is good of a time as any to really get into them and see what they're all about. Although I didn't know this, I do a little bit of research nowadays before these streams. And he's the dude from Fort Minor, which I thought was kind of nuts. Also, we don't have the pause music playing right now, so that's got to change real quick. Just coming into the stream, I had a really bad day at work today. So I'm hoping that this is actually a good place for me to listen to Linkin Park, right? I feel like there's, it's a lot of anguish. It's a lot of just kept up rage, and it's just pent up and it's ready to explode. And one thing I say about bands that I quote unquote hate or that I'm a hater of is that more often than not, these bands are bands that people I love, they love these bands. So at the very least, bands that I hate, people that I love them, so they're okay. So that's kind of what I'm coming with it. So there's a lot of people I know and love that love Linkin Park, and I just never got around to it. And I can only base them off of the hits. So hopefully we get a little bit more nuance out of that tonight. I've definitely heard One Step Closer before, right? Wow, very brief song, only 2.5 minutes. I've never heard Papercut before with you. And I guess this is their debut album as well. Holy shit. In the End has 2 billion hits. Very successful record. The only other album cover I've seen is, what is that? Meteora. Tend to browse r/CD collections, and it seems like I see this album on so many posts on that subreddit. There's something I'm missing here, folks. What's weird about Linkin Park, though, that, my experiences with the hits, right? What I hear on the radio or what I've heard at the end of the Transformers movies is that they seem to exist somewhere in between butt rock and nu metal, which is already really weird because that exists it's like post grunge soup mixed with rap rock, and I don't know where to and I'll say this might even be controversial. From what I've heard from Linkin Park, Fred Durst has better flow than Mike Shinoda. Will I be eating those words tonight? Maybe. Now, Fred Durst might have better flow, more fun subject matter maybe. But can Mike Shinoda hit me here? Right? Are Daphne and Niles going to love Mike Shinoda? Daphne might. Niles definitely wouldn't. This album raised a generation. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And you know, I'm a zillennial. This should have grabbed me right away, but it just never did. But before we get started, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to see me react to one of your favorite bands, let me know down in the comments. Let's go. This is Linkin Park's debut effort, Hybrid Theory, their first song, Papercut. All right, first impressions, right? First impressions. There is so much going on in my ears right now. I don't want to make comment on how it's produced right now. This isn't the worst Mike Shinoda I've ever heard. We're already off to a good start, right? I do like this, what they did here, where we get Chester coming in. Right here. All right, yeah. So far, not too tiptoeing on cringy. As far like I said, Mike Shinoda is really the only thing that's keeping me away from this band. So, not the Mike Shinoda start. That's what I'm saying. I feel straight whenever I listen to this. You know what I feel all the time. There's Chester. We got Chester. Okay, gonna pause right there. Like I said about, I'm not in a good mood today. So actually, this is actually doing quite a bit. It's having that paranoid side of yourself inside and, not liking what's in here, or in here. I think actually, no, that's the more proper thing. So it's calling upon that, right? I will say, though, already, the Mike Shinoda is not terrible to me at the moment, but I was going to say for a second there, I was like, well, this isn't too different from Limp Bizkit. And I'm just saying Limp Bizkit because they were contemporaries, right? They kind of came up at the same time. But with some of these harder riffs and the rapping on top of it, it's way closer to 311. And I love 311. So I've never really connected the dots between Linkin Park and 311 before sonically. So maybe this is all worth it. First song in, you know what I mean? It reminds me of Xbox 360 game ads. Sounds like the type of music you see old trailers for movies like Blade. Yeah, no, this isn't even for the trailer for Blade. This is for the VHS release of the first Blade movie, right? And then they just use another Linkin Park song for the DVD release. Okay, so towards the end there, this is just classic, and I'm just judging this off of shit that I know, right? I understand that comparison can be the thief of joy. But if I'm unfamiliar with something, I have no choice but to try to compare it to things that I'm familiar with to make sense of it, right? At least on first listen. And right here, the rapping on top of, the singing, like I said, that's like standard 311. And I love 311. So actually, yeah, this one's not too bad. This is not one of those change it is Linkin Park, meh, you know. So yeah, so far, not bad. All right, and then this one's going to be more of a review than a reaction because, well, you know, everybody's heard this song. Okay, so like I said at the start of this, Chester's voice kind of goes without saying. And it's very versatile. You know, he can actually, you know, he can sing, he can shout, he can growl. And honestly, this is one of those songs that I skip on the radio, even though, you know, I'm kind of banging my head to it right now, which is why doing this and reacting to it with you guys is good. It kind of separates, you know, just me and my life, like, oh, whatever I prefer. I'm sitting down and I'm listening to this. So I'm enjoying it a little bit more in that regard. And I'm going to say something. It's indicative of the rock that was kind of made in the early 2000s, late 90s, right? So it's not just Linkin Park, but this, and let me know down in the comments if Linkin Park is nu metal. I don't think they are. But there is one thing that, you know, just listening to the hits of Linkin Park that I've noticed is that they don't use guitar solos. That was like a big thing with nu metal and like, you know, a lot of the post-grunge shit. They kind of like, we don't need to have a guitar solo. You know, it's about those chunky, fatty riffs. That's what we're here for. And Linkin Park's got a shit ton of those.
These thoughts, they make no sense. I found bliss in ignorance. Nothing seems to go away over and over again. Just like before. Everything you say to me takes me one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. I need a little room to breathe, 'cause I'm one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. Everything you say to me takes me one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. I need a little room to breathe, 'cause I'm one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break.
So it's really, if you were in the early 2000s, it was way more about, do you want to break stuff to Limp Bizkit or do you want to break stuff to Linkin Park? That's where we are here. Hey, and then the third challenger enters the fight, and that's Freak on a Leash by Korn. So, everybody was pissed off. Everybody was so goddamn mad. Thanks, Bill Clinton.
Shut up when I'm talking to you. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up when I'm talking to you. Shut up. Shut up.
Wait. Why have I never heard that section before? That goes so hard.
Shut up when I'm talking to you. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up when I'm talking to you. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Takes me one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break. I need a little room to breathe, 'cause I'm one step closer to the edge, and I'm about to break.
It's short. It's not sweet, but it's tasty, right? You know. Again, I feel like just a lot of the heavy lifting has to do with the riffs. The riffs are fantastic. I don't think I've ever had a problem with Linkin Park's instrumentation. Although that first song, there was just in Papercut, there was just a lot going on. It felt very muddy to me. All right, moving on. With You. Maybe I've heard this before, maybe I haven't. I don't know. Okay. I'll let you cook. It's got to be the juxtaposition that's like providing the novelty in all this for me. Let me know down in the comments if there's like better rap rock stuff than like Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit, and even to that end, Rage Against the Machine. So like, I think Rage Against the Machine's first album came out in like 96. Fact check me on that. But, what were the bands in between for me to kind of listen to it? Because I love Rage Against the Machine. That's like my favorite shit. And I've come to enjoy Limp Bizkit. I think, are they objectively good? Not really. It's party rock, right? It's workout rock. And so is this. But, like right here where it's like the hard cut between the rapping and, then Chester comes in.
Still so distant and I can't bring you back. It's
like that does a little bit for me. It does. Although one of the things I'm having trouble keeping up with some of the lyrics here just because they're just kind of going by pretty fast. I've already decided this, right? I like a Mike Chester sandwich, and I don't like Mike Chester Mike sandwiches. Does that make sense? I feel like that makes perfect sense. Because right there, I like that. That I liked. I'm probably shit talking it a lot, but like those riffs just... The way you react to Mike's rap is me every rap line from K-pop song. The lingering memories of those who we were once very close with, ladies and gentlemen. I think the thing that keeps this from being cringy or campy for me is knowing that this was real for Chester, wasn't amped up angst to appeal to his audience. He really has this tortured kind of a soul, which is tragic, but also makes this authentic in a way, at least to me. Gracie, thank you for saying so. I'd agree, even from what I've listened to so far. Like doing the research and a little bit, right? I'm reading the Wikipedia pages, let's be honest, folks. But, not being that big of a Linkin Park fan, I know that, he died well before his time. I didn't know how he passed away, and it was very sad. You know, as far as not trying to, you know, say too many bad words on stream, but he didn't even leave a note. And there was no substances found in his system other than just a little bit of alcohol. And so that's why, you know, at the top of the stream, I kind of said, like, it's the themes I'm looking for here, for me at least. You know, because I just can't get it from Mike Shinoda. And I think a lot of people could identify with that, especially because it was coming from, like, you know, listening to Limp Bizkit, right? And I'm just comparing them to another contemporary artist. Listening to Limp Bizkit, you listen to a Limp Bizkit sound, you go, oh, this dude's a fucking asshole. Fred Durst is a fucking asshole. But you listen to Linkin Park, and, you know, you don't even have to like them to know, like, okay, these people are hurt. You know, they are struggling. And I think people really identified with that. And I think that's the reason, you know, because Linkin, you know, Limp Bizkit kind of was like, nah, no, fuck that. But they're kind of having like a resurgence right now. Linkin Park never really dipped, you know, and it was one of those things it showed me because when Chester passed away, you know, just this outpouring on social media, and so many people I didn't know that really loved Linkin Park the way that they did came out and they were like, oh my God, I'm just so broken up about it. Points of authority.
Forfeit the game before somebody else takes you out of the frame and put your name to shame, cover up your face. You can't run the race, the pace is too fast, it just won't last.
Okay, here's another thing that takes me out of it. It's the fucking turntables. It's the scratching. I can't do the scratching for some reason. We'll keep it rolling. Open mind.
You love the things I say I do. The way I hurt myself again just to get back at you. You take away when I give in. My life, my pride is broken. You like to think you're never wrong. You live what you live. You have to act like you're someone. You live what you live. You wish someone to hurt like you. You live what you live. You wanna share what you've been through. You live what you forfeit the game.
Okay. I'm gonna stop it right there. I like this one the best so far. It's got a little bit of an odder rhythm there. And, you know, like I said, I can't really do the scratching, but they do like these other little, like like sounds in the headphones. And I'll be honest with you, lyrically, I'm kind of getting out of it because I am just so focused on the like on the riff and on his voice. You know, you could say it all just boils down to, you know, being pissed off and sad, but no, the rhythm of this one I like quite a bit. So, I mean, production so far, I felt it to be quite muddy, but for some reason, like, you know, those rhythms that they're using here, right? Let's get back to it. You know, just like right here. Like, it's kind of fragmented and it's very sharp, and I think that's actually kind of working here sonically. You know what I mean? It makes me feel disjointed. You know, like when you're mad or pissed off or something else like that, right? Critical Analysis with Jerry B's, folks. Critical Analysis. Yeah, I like this one. Probably the best so far. That one was pretty good. Crawling. Is this like the song? Crawling? Yeah, we got it. This is another one, folks. It's not so much of a reaction as it is a review. Oh, that's early 2000s, folks. That's early 2000s. I'm surprised they didn't put Mike Shinoda before that. Mike Shinoda didn't get a verse before that. Like I said, I can hear Linkin Park coming on the radio and I just skip it. I didn't know we went straight into the chorus there. That's actually, I learned something today.
Confusing.
Like the,
this lack of self-control I fear is never ending.
right here.
Controlling, I can't see. So insecure.
Yes.
Crawling in my skin.
Let's go.
These wounds, they oozing what is real. Just come
You know, I feel this is where Linkin Park works best, right?
find myself again.
Remember what I said.
My walls are closing in.
Chester, Mike, Chester.
I felt this way before.
When Mike can interlude with Chester, I think it works quite well, actually.
Felt this way before. So insecure.
Oh!
Crawling in my skin. These wounds, they will.
That's so fun.
Fear is how I fall. Confusing what is real.
Okay, so gonna pause there. I didn't like how he holds it so long and, you know, kind of kept me off time, and that's actually quite fun. Wasn't expecting to get jerked around by Linkin Park tonight, folks.
I felt this way before. So insecure. Crawling in my
Sick. Fucking awesome.
what is real. Confusing what is real.
Folks, that's how you make a hit rock song. That, I mean, that's all it is. That's all there is to do. I mean, the hook is catchy and it's heavy, but it's accessible. You know, it's not overly technical, and people might, you know, snide their eyes, you know, you just kind of look past like, oh, you're just playing power chords, fuck that bullshit, you know what I mean? But it's nasty. It's straight up nasty, right? Runaway.
I wanna run away, never say goodbye. I wanna know the truth instead of wondering why. I wanna know the answers, no more lies. I wanna shut the door and open up my mind.
This one fucking rips. This one's really tasty. I like this one quite a bit. I felt the production to be quite muddy so far, but this one, it's a little bit more clear. I don't know if it's just how they're layering things. And his inflections and where he carries his voice here in the chorus.
I wanna run away,
like, wondering why. I like that a lot. I can't tell you why. I just know that I fucking do.
I wanna shut the door and open up my mind. Me again. Guilty by association. You point the finger at me again. I wanna run away. Never say goodbye. I wanna know the
This is fun. This is really fun. Okay, yeah, so far this is just a terrible amount of fun. We got the little Shinoda ad-libs. We got Chester just belting it out. This one's quite good. Fucking point authority. This one's really good. Chester's dictation is very clear since the beginning. It's crazy. Yeah, man. I mean, I understand if it's not just for Linkin Park, like somebody being a fan of Linkin Park, but like just being sad that we lost one hell of a fucking talent. I'm gonna start fucking crying. You know, I even though I've historically not liked this band, people that I love this band. And that was like one of the things with Chester dying is like it really opened up like the amount of people that I never knew liked Linkin Park. And then I would find out that they just don't like Linkin Park. They fucking love this shit. And I think, you know, the more time you kind of stew in these ideas and you kind of get to know Chester a little bit because he's really opening himself up here, right? These aren't simple little ditties. I like this song a lot. Yeah, so that was one where, you know, I think, you know, listening to music, you know, if we're just talking about other streams that I've done, like Radiohead, right? Part of the intrigue of listening to Radiohead is the technical prowess, not only in the musicianship, but between, you know, Tom York's vocals, the instrumentation, and the production is just crazy. And I'm not even saying that, like, Runaway here is even that straightforward of a song, but it really scratched me where I itched, and it didn't try that hard to do so. Yeah, in comparison to the rest of the album, this one beats ass. This one was really good, and I think we can all relate to that. Just like, get me the fuck out of here. Hell no. I hate this. All right, moving on. Whoa. He didn't even give me a chance to say the name of the fucking song by myself.
I put on my daily facade, but then I just end up getting hurt again by myself. I ask why, but in my mind I can't rely on myself.
What the fuck?
But in my mind I can't rely on myself. I can't sing it.
Okay. Remember how I was just saying that sometimes it doesn't have to be interesting or technical or do anything too interesting to grab my attention. This is like the exact fucking opposite. What the hell was that? But in my mind, is that fucking Chester doing the "but in my mind I find there"? And then Mike's carrying the vocals? What the fuck? This is, yeah, okay, all right, let him cook.
Be outdone, but if I try to catch him, I'll be outrun. If I'm killed by the questions like a cancer, then
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that this is the official like second half of the standard release of this record, and so far the B-side to this record is doing a lot for me. For some reason, it's like the more mods they put on Mike's vocals, the more I like it. And just in the chorus, how they're going back and forth between the two, and Chester is just absolutely blaring it. Yeah. Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. Okay, all right. Linkin Park hater, right?
All I know is what you tell me to. Don't you?
All right, I know at the top of this video stream, however the fuck you're watching this, I said that one of the big reasons, probably the biggest reason why I don't like Linkin Park is because of Mike Shinoda. That was a Mike Shinoda heavy song, and that was the best song on the album. That was brilliant. I liked this one quite a bit. I'll probably have to revisit it to kind of check out the lyrical content, because I felt myself kind of getting down with it. You know, it's a lot of these things of, you know, feeling alone and shit like that, or dealing with things yourself, right? I'll probably get back into that one in my spare time. I loved that. In the end, again, this is another one where it's more of a review than a reaction. Everybody knows this song, right? I feel like this is like the one.
It starts with one thing. I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to explain in due time. All I know, time is a valuable thing. Watch it fly by as the pendulum swings. Watch it count down to the end of the day. The clock takes life away. It's so unreal. Didn't look out below. Watch the time go right out the...
Yeah, it's the Fort Minor stuff, man. I don't know. It's very conflicting. I think even at the end of this video, I'm still going to be quite conflicted on it, because, yes, I really liked By Myself quite a bit. You know, it was very dynamic. There was a lot of different things going on. I think both Chester and Mike shined on that one. But then, you know, here is like, you know, this is like their biggest song probably, right? And this is like one of the examples of why I've never typically liked them, right?
What it meant to be will eventually be a memory of a time I tried so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
I'd love to see them live. I think it's even more true with the original lineup, you know, like back when Chester was still around. I'm sure that their live shows were incredible. For some reason, I feel like I'd finally get it, especially with this song if I saw it live.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. I had to fall to lose it all, but in the end, it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, man, and it's even that point at the end of the song where it says, I put my trust in you, right? And it just shows just how versatile his voice is. Also, I like that one was kind of led by piano, so... yeah, so 8 songs in. It's paced pretty well. By Myself, I still like quite a bit. Place for my head. CP time.
Watch how the moon sits in the sky on a dark night, shining with the light from the sun. The sun doesn't give light to the moon, assuming the moon's gonna owe it one. It makes me think of how you act for me. You do favors there rapidly. You just turn around and start asking me about things that you want back from me. I'm sick of the tension, sick of the hunger, sick of you acting like I owe you this. Find another place to feed your greed while I find a place to rest. I wanna be in another place place. I hate when you say you don't understand. I wanna be in the energy, not with the enemy. A place for my head. Maybe someday I'll be just like you and step on people like you do.
Instrumentation's popping off in this one. Mike is popping off in this one. And honestly, the one who's popping off the least, Chester. See, ladies and gentlemen, this is why this series is important. I'm exposing myself to music that I would not be exposing myself to otherwise based on my prior biases, my prior assumptions, right? I'm getting all the Linkin Park from the commercials, the movies, the radio, all that. What I'm finding right now is it's well worth the wait to sit down and listen to this thing as an album and gain a better appreciation for them. Yeah, like it's not an acoustic guitar that they're doing, but it's not a very heavily modded guitar tone at all coming into it. And Mike's flow here is actually quite good. It's a lot more lively and not as kind of stiff as it usually is for me. And they're going right back into it here in the verse. Yeah, no, this one's good.
Will I find a place to rest? I wanna be in another place. I hate when you say you don't understand. I wanna be in the energy, not with the enemy. A place for my head. You try to take the best of me, go away.
Where are we going?
The best of me, go away. You
What is this?
try to take the best of me, go away. You try to take the best of me, go away. You try to take the best of me, go away. You try to take the best of me, go away. You try to take the best of me, go away. You try to take the best of me, go away. I wanna be in another place. I hate when you say you don't understand. I wanna be in the energy, not with the enemy. A place for my head.
Okay, yeah, this... There was more to Linkin Park than I realized. You won. Is this my favorite thing in the world? No, but damn. Like, this is like a very interesting song here, folks. I really like what's going on. What song was it earlier? Was it Runaway? Yeah. Where it was just, I liked it because it was a little bit more straightforward. It was Chester heavy. Everything is coming out here. This is, I think that this is like the band at their best. Like, seriously. This little bridge portion here is really doing wonders for me. Fucking Chester starts belting. God damn.
I am so sick of attention, sick of the hunger, sick of you acting like I owe you this. Find another place to feed your greed, will I find a place to rest? I'm so sick of attention, sick of the hunger, sick of you acting like I owe you this. Find another place to feed your greed, will I find a place to rest?
Okay. In my opinion, this is not only my favorite song off this record, this is the best song off this record. This I think, to me, everything I'd known about Linkin Park before, sonically speaking, this is everything that the band does well being done well. This was really good.
From the top to the...
Oh my God, they scare the fucking shit out of me. They just go right into it. They waste no time. All right. Forgotten. My bad.
From the top to the bottom, the top I stop. At the core I forgot. In the middle of my thoughts, taking far from my safety. The picture's there, the memory won't escape me. But why should I care? From the top to the bottom.
Gonna stop it right here just to say this sounds like something that was in like an early 2000s wrestling video game. Not even SmackDown vs. Raw. This was in like SmackDown Shut Your Mouth or something like that. I just know it.
The top I stop. At the core I forgot. In the middle of my thoughts, taking far from my safety. The picture's there, the memory won't escape me. But why should I care? There's a place so dark you can't see the end. Skies cocked back, shock at which can't defend. The rain then sends dripping, acidic questions, forcefully the power of suggestion. Then with the eyes shut, looking through the rust and rotten dust, a small spot of light floods the floor and pours over the rusted world of
That's a fucking... That's like a Limp Bizkit West Borland guitar action in the back there.
Small spot of light floods the floor and pours over the rusted world of pretend. And the eyes ease open and it's dark again.
From the top to the bottom,
Right at the top I stop.
at the core I forgot. In the memory you'll find me as burning up. The darkness holding me tightly until the sun rises up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just because I'm listening to it more, or the second half of this album's a lot better than the first half of it, or I'm starting to actually like Linkin Park, because this is good. This is actually quite good. Maybe I just hate all the hits. And I think that's true for a lot of artists, where you're like, oh, I like that band. What's your favorite song? And then they say, there's like, oh, well, no, there's like deeper cuts. That's what I'm finding to be true with Linkin Park. Again, is it my favorite shit in the world? No, but I don't know if I can be a hater after this. I still don't prefer Mike Shinoda.
Top I stop.
At the core I forgot.
In the middle of my thoughts.
Taking far from my safety.
The picture's there.
The memory won't escape me.
But why should I care?
From the top to the bottom.
Right at the top I stop.
At the core I forgot.
In the middle of my thoughts.
Taking far from my safety.
The picture's there.
The memory won't escape me.
But why should I care?
In the memory you'll find me as burning up. The darkness holding me tightly until the sun rises up.
Now you got me caught in the act. You bring the thought back. Telling you that I see it right through you. Now you got me caught in the act. You bring the thought back. Telling you that I see it right through you. Now you got me caught in the act. You bring the thought back. Telling you that I see it right through you.
I need more Chester jump scares. That's like, this song, yeah, like, I think out of the other songs on the latter half of this album, this song's okay. I like it, but this part right here is really killing it. Like, yes, more Chester jump scares.
Rises up in the memory. You will find me as burning up. The darkness holding me tightly until the sun rises up.
Okay, you cheeky little bitches. That was something. Yeah, it seems that as we go on, the more interesting it gets. Honestly, most of these tracks from Runaway to Forgotten have been really, really cool. Especially, oh God, A Place for My Head. That was so fucking good. I think that so far the standouts have been A Place for My Head and By Myself. I've really enjoyed those quite a bit. So we're moving on here. This is a Cure, or just Cure for the Itch. Cure for the Itch. Maybe a topical ointment. Maybe stop using detergent.
Folks, we have a very special guest for you tonight. I'd like to introduce
Dr. Hahn! I am a surgeon, Dr. Hahn!
I am a surgeon, Dr. Hahn!
Let's hear it for the great Mr. Hahn.
All right now, wasn't that fun? Let's try something else.
Nothing to say here other than that this sounds like the pause music for a Max Payne game. Yeah, that was an instrumental track. I mean, I guess we'll finish it. There's 6 seconds left, right? Yeah. Instrumental track. Nothing to write home about there, I think. Like I said, it sounded like the fucking pause music to some Max Payne video game or like a PS2 game. Something like that, right? I'm pretty sure we're in the bonus here, right? We're like a fucking basketball team in the bonus. Yeah, Mike, I was trying to make a joke like that, Blair. Yeah, Mike Shinoda listened to Beastie Boys one time. Not even, I'm trying to think, like, it's not even Beastie Boys. There's a better one there somewhere. I don't know. Pushing Me Away.
For the sake of being with you,
Everything falls apart, even the people who never frown eventually break down.
Just this theme that they have of, you know, Chester will open up the song and then Mike comes in ad-libbing the fucking verse, and it's like Mike just holds Chester's hand to the chorus as if Chester needed any help getting there himself. But that's the Linkin Park way, right? That's the Linkin Park way.
sake of being with you.
Everything falls apart, even the people who never frown eventually break down.
The sacrifice of hiding in a
Everything has to end, you're soon fine, we're out of time left to watch it all
The
unwind.
sacrifice is never knowing why I never walked away, why I played myself this way. Now I see the testing me pushes me away. Why I never walked away, why I played myself this way. Now I see the testing me pushes me away.
I'll go back there just because I feel like we're about to enter a new section of the song. This one's fine. I feel like this was the first song so far that I have the least amount of opinions on. It just seems like a very inoffensive Linkin Park song. Points at Jerry's face. Bald, 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 bald. Yeah, shut the fuck up, RVD. Glad that you're here. I was going to ask Josie where the fuck were you, but you came when you wanted to, even though this stream started 2 hours ago.
The testing me pushes me away. Pushes me away.
Yeah, that one was fine. Like I said, I don't really have an opinion on this one either which way. Not boring, but given the exciting parts of the other Linkin Park songs that I've heard today, this one didn't hit me. But not terribly offensive in the way I would have found Linkin Park before tonight. So, but song structure sounds exactly like Numb. I just realized that. I was gonna say, yeah, it sounded like, I don't know if it was boring because it was just a simple song structure, and it didn't really it didn't go anywhere kind of special. They didn't really do anything so far out of the park for them. So does it sound like Numb? Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. This is my December. Well, hey, I think it's everybody's December. I think we're all kind of sharing this thing.
This is my
Whoa.
This is my December. This is my December. This is me
right, gonna stop here. I'm actually kind of glad that we're getting a slower song here. It definitely changes the pace of things a little bit. So far, not really pulling me in the way I want it to, but I might do more Linkin Park reactions or listen to them just to make sure that they have other slower songs, or like ones that I can get down with. This one's okay so far. I'll wait.
Just to have somewhere to go to, give it all away. To have someone to come home to. This is my December. These are my snow cups.
Yeah, this one's okay. This is perfectly fine, I guess. I can't say that it's bad, but I don't think I'm ever going to listen to this one again. I don't know if I'll ever, clamor on home after a bad day and I'm like, God damn it, I need to put on My December by Linkin Park. I'm more of a, what's that song? Thinking. Alone Again, Naturally by Gilbert O'Sullivan. That's a good sad song, but it sounds kind of happy.
To have somewhere to go to, give it all away. To have somewhere to go to, give it all away.
This song reminds me of the slower sections of Comin' Clean by Hilary Duff. It just does.
To have someone to come home to, give it all away. Just to have somewhere to go to, give it all away. To have someone to come home to.
I don't know how much the scratching does. And I can say that I don't prefer it, but I guess it wouldn't be Linkin Park without it. I guess that's just a staple to them. Yeah, so like I said, I'm glad that there was a slower song like this on the record, even though this might be a bonus track, so it may have not been on the standard release. As a way to kind of break up the album a little bit. Not a big fan of this one. Not a big fan of this one, guys. All right, High Voltage.
You can put a label on a life, put a label on a lifestyle, put a label on how you wake up every morning and go to bed at night.
I've been digging in the crates ever since I was living in space. Before the rat race, before monkeys had human traits. I mastered numerology and Big Bang theology. Performed lobotomies with telekinetic psychology. Invented the mic so I could start blessing it. Chin checking kids to make my point like an impressionist. Many men have tried to shake us, but I twist my chords to double helixes and show them what I'm made of. I buckle knees like leg braces. Cast a spell of instrumentalness on all of you MCs who hate us. So you can try on. Leave you without a shoulder to cry on. From now to infinity, let icons be bygones. I firebomb, ghostly notes haunt this. I tried threats, but moved on to a promise. I stomp shit with or without an accomplice and run the gauntlet with whoever that wants this.
The unforgettable sound, bringing you up and taking you down, coming at you from every side, making the rhythm and rhyme collide.
Okay, so it's a Mike song. I'm not, my knee-jerk reaction prior to this would be, fuck that, I'm not listening to this. But this one's kind of interesting. It's not the standard, internal turmoil that we usually get from Linkin Park songs. This is kind of bro, I'm the shit. I twist mic cords and double helixes to show them what I'm made of. Yo, okay, that's bars. I like that quite a bit. it's kind of like, more standard rap. Like a lot of hip hop culture is like, bro, I'm the shit. Here's reasons A, B, and C why I'm the shit. And then on top of that, your lyrical acumen can kind of back that up as well. And that's kind of working for them here. It's not so far in your face. Like, they're not so far in your face about it. Performed lobotomies with telekinetic psychology. That one doesn't make a whole lot of fucking sense, but I like this. Twist mic cords and double helixes and show them what I'm made out of. That's a good lyric. That's a phenomenal lyric. I like that quite a bit.
Invention, write rhymes at ease while the track stands at attention. Meant to put you away with the pencil, pistol official. 16 line, the rhyme missile. While you risk your all, I pick out all your flaws. Spitting raw, blah, blah, blah. You could say you saw.
The unforgettable sound.
All right, so even though, this is kind of a different side of even Mike Shinoda that we're seeing so far on this record, it's just a Fort Minor song so far.
And like the rock and rap, you know what I mean? People like, wow, that's a new invention. This ain't new. We're constantly evolving. It is constantly changing.
Yeah. I don't know why we got the clean version of this, Blair. Doesn't really change a lot for me, but it is something I've noticed. Besides just how fucking depressing a lot of these songs have been, I don't think I've really noticed any cuss words. So, yeah, Linkin Park is an official clean and Christian band. They're just gonna kind of repeat that until we all die a terrible death. Yeah. So, they're kind of bringing it home here with this part. Like constantly evolving, constantly changing. People trying to put a label on it, rock and rap, trying to do something different, right? And I get it, but like at the same time, and I've already made this comparison earlier in this, like 311's song, All Mixed Up, does that way better. They're kind of like, hey, people are trying to like pigeonhole us, and like we don't give a fuck. So this is what we do. Shut the fuck up. More like Fart Minor. Yeah, so this is bad on me because I should have looked to see what the original track list was instead of like, the bonus track list that I'm looking at now. The last 3 songs, which I'm going to assume, even Cure for the Itch, actually. So like these 4 songs were the bonus tracks, and we'll check out Papercut live, just for, completionist sake of this. But I feel pretty confident in kind of making my point with this album, my end of the stream conclusions here. Am I still a Linkin Park hater? I wouldn't call myself a hater. I think the stretch between Runaway to A Place for My Head, these 4 songs were quite surprising to me. In the end, it speaks for itself, right? I mean, that's like one of their biggest hits. That might be their biggest hit. But Runaway, By Myself, and A Place for My Head, they took us different places, and it was a Linkin Park that I hadn't really heard before. And a lot of the time, they didn't really even follow traditional song structure. And I liked it when, obviously, I'm more of a Chester fan here. I don't know how many more times I have to say that in this stream. But how they went about, like, okay, we're going to put Chester in here, and then, you know, Mike's ad-libs there, kind of giving a sense of depth to a lot of those songs. And what was it? By Myself, which was just fucking everywhere. I definitely appreciate Linkin Park way more tonight than I ever have before in my entire life. I think I can appreciate it for not really being my sound, but at the same time, I'm probably going to come back to any one of these 4 songs. Like I said, I think the second half of this album was quite strong. And if you want to see me listen to Meteora, let me know down in the comments. Because I feel like that's the next logical step here if I want to listen to a Linkin Park album. Shinoda, I hardly know her. So earlier I said that, you know, they'd probably be a good live band. So let's see live at BBC One, that's probably a radio session then. So they're probably still in a studio, but we'll see. Papercut live, BBC One. Yep. Is that if they recorded this live, that's kind of impressive. I don't know how much of this they got like pre-rolled. You know what I mean? I don't know how much of this they got pre-rolled or, you know, sampled rather. And they're playing it live there. But for a band that like, I want to see them live because there's a lot of stuff going on. You know, it's really just like the scratching and the little beep beeps and doot doots in the background. But it'd be interesting to see how that kind of translates in a live setting. Yeah, I mean, you know, everything I've already said before. I was actually kind of hoping that this was going to be like a live performance, like with a crowd. Oh, we got some cheers in the background. Yeah, so that was Hybrid Theory. Like I said, a lot of people I know and love don't only love Linkin Park, but they love this particular record. And I can definitely, you know, because it's not one of those things like, oh my God, why do people fucking like that shit? I get why people like this shit, especially, you know, it being a product of its time, you know, these evolutions of rap rock, right? And it's kind of weird because rap rock didn't really grow past this era, it seems. And if people in the comments say that MGK is bringing it back, you shut up. I don't prefer it. But yeah, I don't know if I'm a Linkin Park hater anymore, but like I said, I definitely appreciate this a lot. Runaway, By Myself, and A Place for My Head were really the good takeaways from this. Yeah, so it seems like there was only 3 bonus tracks on here that differed from the standard release. So yeah, if you are a Linkin Park fan, let me know your opinions on my takes down in the comments. Do you think I should check out Meteora? Is that going to be nice? Or do you think I should listen to something completely different?
Diggity dog. Breaking. Diggity dog. Breaking.